Season pass.
Whoops. Okay, let's look at slide 9 and 10. We are going to do a few examples and then you'll have an assignment to do. So we need our composition book out. I do have a mistake on here, and it's this. Because I put it equals, and it should have been something else. Should have been a different inequality symbol. So we need to insert an inequality symbol over that. So let's see. I need to zoom in. So is this what y'all's looks like?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to change the inequality symbol. And I don't think it'll let y'all. So we just need to insert a symbol as in a text box. So let's go to insert special characters. I want to do greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. And then I'm going to make it bigger and put it over the top of this. There we go. Fix it. Okay, we can look back at our notes from yesterday that tells us the steps. So solid and dashed, above and below. Those are the important things to check. So our first question, do you need to convert to slope-intercept form? Yes. So let's get our scribble tool and let's put yes. Now, the best place to do that would be in our composition book. So I'm going to label this inequalities, slide 9 and 10, or slides 9 and 10. I'm going to write down real quick and then I'll show you what mine looks like. So the first example is negative x plus 2y is greater than or equal to 2. So we need to solve it. So we are going to solve it just like we do when we're solving equations. Draw your line down the inequality sign. We're going to move x's around. So I'm going to do plus x. And I want it in the form mx plus b. So this is 2y greater than or equal to, I'm going to do the x first, x plus 2. And then divide by 2. And I get y is greater than or equal to, there's not a number in front of the x, so that means it's 1 over 2x. 2 over 2 is 1, so plus 1. So now it's in slope-intercept form. So now we can decide is it going to be dashed or solid? Solid because of that or equal to. And then it's a greater than sign, so how are we going to shade it? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So the slope is 1/2. So we can go ahead and type that here. Slope is 1/2, and our y-intercept is 1. So we can plot points. Let's see, do we have any points on this slide that we can use? Nope, no points. So we need to make our own or copy and paste from another. I'm going to just grab this point. But you know, it's really easy to make points. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're just going to go to the shapes and find the circle. We want a point to be at the 1, right? So drag to make a point there. But I like to change it to black so I can see it real good. So that's my y-intercept at 1. Then I have to do my, slope. So I need to go up 1 over 2. So I'm going to grab that point, copy and paste it. Control C, Control V to make another one. And go up 1 over 2. Now I have 2 points. If I want to make more, I can copy and paste it. Go up 1 over 2. Okay, so now I need to do a solid line. 3 points is good, I think. So go to the solid line, do your arrow. We're going to do a line through those points. And make sure to extend it all the way. And do it a different color if you want. Make sure arrows are on both ends. Thicken it up. So let's go ahead and scribble. Would the line be solid or dash? We already said it's solid. Are we going to shade up or down? It's greater than, so we're shading above, which is up. So let's do our shading now. Do you remember how to do that? Polyline. Start at the bottom of the arrow. Go up, over, down, down. And then change that to that transparent color that you've created before, or create one now. And that's for the shading. So what would be points that we could check? Any point in this shaded area you could check. Did I show y'all how to do that in the calculator yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, good. With the test. Did y'all know that y'all can graph this in the calculator? Y'all want to learn? No. All right, get your calculator out. And we are going to graph this in the calculator. All right, go to y equals. And we we want to put that in. So 1/2 x plus 1. That's our equation. But don't hit graph just yet. We want to go to the right, over to here. So right there is where we can change the color, and we can also change how it would be shaded. So push enter. You can change the color. But we are focused more on the line. We want to change it to shading above. So push the arrow to the right until you find one that you think would represent shading above. Go through all of them. Which one do you think represents above? Yep. That looks like it's shaded above. So that's what we're going to use. If it was a less than, then we use the other one that represents lower, less than. So push OK. Now hit graph. Isn't that cool? Okay, so is that what we graphed over here? Looks pretty good, right? Okay, so now you know how to graph it in your calculator to check your work. The only thing that makes this difficult is if you aren't sure about your above and below, or if you click on the wrong one. That's where the mistakes can happen. Did anybody use it on the computer? Use the calculator on the computer?
I did.
Okay, is it different?
No, not really.
No? It didn't have anything different whenever you clicked over here? Did that look the exact same or was that different?
Exact same.
Exact same? Okay, just want to double check. All right, so let's go ahead and do the next one. We need to solve this one, so we need to do it in our composition book. Write the equation down. So this time we have a less than symbol. So minus 6x on both sides. 2y is less than negative 6x. Plus 0. Do we really need to write plus 0? Nah. Divide by a negative 2 all the way through. Oh no. What do we do when we divide by a negative on both sides?
Flip the sign.
Yep, you flip this sign. So it's now going to be y is greater than negative 6 over negative 2 would be positive 3x. So let's go ahead and write down, are we doing a dash or solid? Dash, good. And then shading above or below? Greater than means what? Above. Okay, so we have our equation. So let's go ahead. It said, do we need to convert? Yes, and we already did. Now do a text box for your M and your B. Your M would be 3. And do we have a y-intercept? There's no B value, so it's going to be a 0. So we have 3 is our M, and our B value is 0. Would the line be solid or dashed?
Yeah.
Dash. We already said that. And then up or down?
Down.
It's greater than, so it's above. Up. So let's use a point or make a new one. I'm just going to get a new little circle. So my y-intercept is at 0, so I'm going to put a point at the 0. Change it to black. Then my slope is 3. So copy, paste. So up 3 over 1. Copy, paste. Up 3 over 1. So I have 3 points. And I need to insert a line, but I need it to be dashed. So I just need to make my line first, and then I can change it. And change the color and thickness. But then here is where I can change whether it's dotted or dashed or solid. And then we need an arrow on both ends. Okay, so we need a shade above. So use your airplane arms. Stick out your arms. I know it's silly. Turn your arms like it is in the picture. Okay, where is shading above? Above is where your head is. So to the left, yeah. So this is in this quadrant right here. Actually, these 2 quadrants and part of that one. So let's get our polyline. Start at the end of the arrow and start making your shaded area. There we go. And then shade it using our custom color that we made that's transparent. Okay, is it all working out in your composition? I mean, your digital journal? Is everything okay? Do y'all need any help with anything? Okay, so let's go ahead and check it in the calculator. We're going to graph it. So clear out your y equals and put in the new. So it'd be 3x. Then go to the left. And we're shading above. So make sure that the correct one is selected. So that should be selected, the above looking one. Even though it's on the right, it's still representing above. So now graph. There we go. Does that look like the one that we did in our, on the computer? Sure does. Looks good. Okay, one more slide. And I made all of these greater than. I don't know why I did that. Because this will end up being greater than after we divide. Okay, so let's look at this next one. Do y'all mind if I change it to a less than symbol? I mean, change to a greater than now. Okay, if you don't care, that's what we're going to do. Come back over here, select this one, copy it, and then come over to slide 10 and paste it. We're going to put it on the top of it, which it looks crazy, right? So let's do our background color, white. Did y'all see how I did that? I copied and pasted it over to this one. And then I made my background the fill color white, or you can do yellow, it doesn't matter. Oh, that actually kind of matches, doesn't it? Is it supposed to be a -8 though?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to make it a little smaller and make it a little bit skinnier. Okay, there we go. So we can still see that -8. All right, so this is going to be number 3. So it's 2x minus 4y is greater than or equal to -8. So write that in your composition book. And you can't just go and change that symbol. I changed it because I realized that I didn't have any diverse problems. So I wanted to change. That's why. So don't mind me. Let's look at that. That's our equation.
I thought it was supposed to be like.
Huh?
Is it?
It's supposed to be greater than, because when we divide by this negative, it'll end up being less than. Yeah. And that's what I wanted. I wanted one that we could shade lower. All right, so let's subtract 2x on both sides. So I get -4y greater than or equal to -2x minus 8. Then divide by a -4 all the way through. When we divide by a -4, that's going to switch our sign. So we get y is less than or equal to -2 over -4. 1/2 x. And then -4 over, or -8 over -4. Let's see, 2. So now we need to graph that. All right, so do we need to convert? Yes, and we already did. Okay, our M is 1/2, and our B is 2. Now, is it going to be dashed or solid? Solid, because it's the or equal to. And when we know how to shade up or down, we've got to look at after we solved. So this is solid, and it is shaded less, so below. So shade it down. So let's plot our y-intercept at a +2. Copy and paste. And we are going to rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. Then we need to do a solid line. I'm kind of make my line, and then I end up stretching it left and right. It needs to have arrows. It needs to be a different color. It needs to be thickened up a little bit. I'm stretching it. Okay, so we're shading down. So put your arms out. How are we going to shade down? Turn your arms, tilt your arms just like that line. Everybody do it. I know it's silly. Okay, where is the down? Where would it be? Feet. So up there, it'll be down here. All right, so let's shade it. Do our polyline into the arrow. And then do your custom color. There we go. Now check it in your calculator.
Me too.
What? I shaded it wrong. Thank you for pointing that out. Golly, why do I do that? Because I'm checking to see if y'all pay attention, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait for you to mess up.
See? All right, there we go. I'm going to have to re-record it because I messed up. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, now did I do it right? All right, thank you. So annoying that I mess up. All right, we're not going to worry about this last one. I'm going to pass out your assignment, and the assignment will be on Google Classroom for you to do. So I'm going to show you what it looks like real quick. Okay, so let's look at the assignment. It'll be on a Google slide for you or on paper. So tell whether the ordered pair is a solution to the inequality. Do y'all remember how we did this yesterday? You'd plug in the numbers and see if it is true. So this is your x, this is your y, and you're going to say yes or no if it's a solution. So this would be 2 plus 3 less than 7. You can do it in your calculator, or you can just see 2 plus 3 is 5. Is 5 less than 7?
Yeah.
So yes. Okay.
That was easy.
Easy. Okay, and then these, you are going to solve for y and graph them, just like we did. So on this one, we'll do this one together. If you need another sheet of paper to work it out, you can get one, or you can just do it over here. I think there's plenty of room, really. Number 6. So we'll do plus 2x on both sides. We get y is less than 2x plus 2. Before you start graphing it, I do want you to write dashed or solid and above or below. So this is a less than symbol. So what are we going to do? Dashed or solid?
Okay.
Dashed.
And
And it's less than, so it's below. So you can use a note card or your journal or a ruler to graph this. I want y'all to do it with a pencil so that in case you mess up, like, you know, I do all the time, and you can fix it. So let's see. It is plus 2. And then our slope. What's our slope?
2.
Yep. So slope is 2 over 1, right? And our b is 2. So we graph our b, and then we do 2 over 1. If we want a couple other points, go down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. Don't forget it's dashed. It's so easy for us to just do that line, but make it dashed. And then shading. How's the shading going to be? Below, so stick your arms out. Tilt like that line. And where is it going to be at?
below.
Your feet are, so it's going to be here. Okay, so you have the rest of the class period to work on this.
Wait, can we go back to number 1?
Yes.
Get it.